Welcome everyone. Today we're going to be talking about past year overall. And today we're going to be focusing because it's almost Christmas and I don't want to exactly talk about shit and all the bad things that happened. We're going to be talking about the three things that I want to say happened on a positive note despite the hundreds of things I could probably talk about not being that good. So one thing that I really want to talk about is being on course staff. So in Berkeley, what often happens is they hire a bunch of undergrads to be able to teach, and that's one of the big opportunities I have had because I love teaching and being able to explain my thought processes and help other people. And I'll tell you the other nice thing about teaching. So if you take a class like CS70 or CS61C, CS70 is the discrete math class. You'll see that you'll probably know that you spend 1 week going through proofs, you spend like another 2 weeks, and you have 1 week where you learn proofs, and then like by like week 2 or 3, you're expected to write basically solid on proofs. Yes, that's what's happening. They're expected to know proofs in and out of themselves within the first 3 weeks. That is absolutely ridiculous. Proofs take time to absorb, and you can't absorb all this content that's in CS70 within a short time span because that is not feasible for a human being. And when you were going through it, you probably like learned this stuff, and then you took the test, and you were like midterm, you're like, oh shoot, I don't know anything, and then the class continued, and you were like, and then the final came, and you're like, oh shit, I probably fell behind doing other stuff, and you saw your final exam score, and you're like, oh shit, why was this class so hard? I'm an idiot. Yeah, I think it can go on and on. But the nice thing, is that ultimately being on core staff, you get to support the students because the lecturers might not be that helpful, but by seeing you who's taken the class, the students probably will trust you to help them at least feel a little better about a course that's otherwise very cutthroat, I must say. And not to mention that it helps you as well. Because when you teach, you actually learn a lot more. Like for me, if I explain to you, for example, what good technique is in a YouTube tutorial, I myself am learning quite a bit. So by teaching, you're also helping yourself learn the stuff that you probably didn't learn properly the first time. And that is true for 70 and like in spring 16B because I'll be honest, that class kind of jumps all around the stuff and never connects anything together. So being able to teach it again, learn it again, definitely helps. So that's number one, and number two, the other reason is swim meets. I'm sorry, nationals, you're not on this list, but that's okay. The two big meets of this past year that I've really enjoyed was UCSD regionals and UCLA earlier this year. So what makes these two meets fun? Well, so if I had to choose out of the places that we normally go, like SD, LA, Stanford, and maybe other places, I must say LA is the most fun. One, because I have a great deal of friends over there, and the other thing is the drive isn't horrible. Like the drive that San Diego is just super long. It takes 8 to 9 hours to get there. The drive to LA, you can probably get there in 5 hours if you're like people on my swim team who are always having a race to get there as quick as possible. And also because you know the UCLA the blocks don't literally like the UC San Diego blocks literally cut your hand. LA doesn't do that, and it's just absolutely nice over there. So that's like another thing. But I must say, regionals, the one I just went to, and there's a vlog on this. That meet was absolutely a blast. Just a championship format and like hanging out with some other friends. We watched some Rick and Morty that night. I remember the snake just yes, that's that. Yes, you can watch more of that if you want. And then third of all, what's most important for this past year is starting this what I'm talking to you right now on. this channel. I started vlogging back back in nationals. I don't have that one on YouTube. I think I have like a link there if anyone wants to see it. But I just made just tried vlogging a meet because I was like, why not? There's a bunch of other dudes, and the person who vlogged in 2023 isn't here, so I'm like, maybe I should try. And it went pretty well. People were saying pretty good stuff about it. And then some time passed, and then I'm like, time passed. There's Kyle Millis, there's Will Two, there's Marcos Rico Payne. These guys are routinely YouTubing, so maybe I should also start. I was like, and I just did a couple videos, and then more and more, and I'm still continuing on it. Perhaps perhaps I can stutter a little less or be a little more thoughtful about what I say, but I just enjoy talking to you on this channel and just conveying my ideas, what I think, how I see how I see things from my view. And yeah, that's kind of the spiel for this past year. Later on, I might release another video talking about the not so good stuff and what I might do going forward. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.